Hey everyone, it's the Social Club. We're back for another week. I am joined this week, of course, by Peter Ped McPartland, who just loves
just
life.
live here.
Just lives here.
Just live here.
Loves it.
Because Baz has got a job and I haven't, basically. Or maybe I've got a fake job.
Well, what's a good job? Well, to be fair, if you worked in London,
Yeah,
you wouldn't have a job.
I wouldn't have a job, basically. I've got a job. It's called Toffee TV.
Yeah, of course. James Clark's back as well. Always good to have James, who's got new trainees. Which
Yeah,
is
I
always
do.
Good
Yeah.
to note.
Yeah, thank you, New Balance.
Other sports brands are available.
Nike.
And Adidas.
There you go.
Homer. Who make the Ball Street kit. Anyway, so first topic of the week is about Leroy Sane. So I was watching his performance at the weekend, and I must admit, when he signed for Man City last summer, I was a little bit jealous because he was one of those players when if you don't watch every game every week in the Bundesliga, there's still players who stand out, and there's probably a handful of those young up and coming talents playing in the Bundesliga, and you're like, I'd love us to sign them. Julian Brandt's probably one of them, Max Meyer, etc., etc. It wasn't a great season for him last year. It was fine. I think he got like 9 goals and 7 or 8 assists.
I'd have had him at Villa.
You'd have had him at Villa, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But just for me, you look at the lad, and I look at like his physique. He's tall, he's broad, he's fast. He's still got so many years on his side as well. He's
not a dating profile.
The what?
It's not a dating profile. go whatever way you swipe, I don't know.
And he's just really good in tight situations. No, this season so far. I mean, I think there was a stat, and I've got it written here. In fact, that he's got 5 goals from 7 shots this season. Thank you very much, Match Today. I think he's on course to be the breakout star of the next crop in the Premier League. What do we think? And let's have a little chat about him, and then move on to maybe some alternatives as well.
Yeah, I mean, I seen him in person against us, and I thought he was crap.
Really?
Yeah, but I think he played wing back against us, and he had no success because he doesn't want to go that way. He does not want to go backwards at all. But he was a player who came into the league last season. Obviously, it was a big money transfer, as it always is with Man City. So lots of expectations. But you know what? Fair play to Man City. They haven't put too much pressure on him, and because I think this is the unique thing about Man City, because they've got so many talented players, there's never any focus on one player.
Apart from Raheem Sterling.
Yeah, but that's for other reasons. I mean, he's got to feed all his kids. Well, he's doing all right this season, isn't he?
Yeah,
Suddenly appeared. But I think that's really healthy, that there's not a fascination with one player at Man City. There's so many talented players that maybe if you're not doing so well, and especially with Pep Guardiola, there's no drama. They just go away and come back, and he's a real example. And you're right. There are things we say every week, and it's lazy in terms, but he's got a fantastic sort of footballing body. Like, it's perfect. I don't listen. I'm 38 years of age. I don't mind. Listen, we'd all have a bit of Tom Hardy. We just wouldn't all admit it. I would. He's got that listen.
You know, wonderfully tangential admission, but yeah.
Well, you know, your missus gives you that one out. He's mine. Listen, I love a man in a mask.
I love it's not his.
I love a man in a mask.
It's not his, it's yours.
No, it's mine. I love a man in a mask.
Okay.
You know.
Yes, do it to me.
I'm Gotham's reckoning.
We both enjoy the darkness.
I've said too much. No.
Keep digging.
That was a poor impression. No, but I can't even remember where I was. No, and his pace-wise, my God, fuck me, is he fast, that kid?
Yeah.
And his goal on Saturday was just a perfect example. His first touch was just absolutely fantastic. The coolness of the finish as well. He's got everything. He's got everything.
He's got that thing, James, where again, it's the whole package. I think we could call it.
He's just busy though, isn't he? He's just busy all over the pitch. No matter where you see him, he's busy. And the thing is, there's a lot of players that can run around and they can put a lot of energy into the pitch, and you don't really get the end product. But he's got the end product in bounds. He's got so much of it. He can come up with a goal, an assist, and for me, he's very much an up and coming player because.
I was just going to say that there's a lot of Premier League players that have done very well at looking busy.
Yeah.
At just looking busy.
Scott
and
Parker.
I've had a very good career and I've earned a lot of money out of doing that. But if you look at the end result, it's absolutely abysmal. You look, let me. I don't really want to do this, but your new signing is a little bit like one of them.
Mo Salah.
No, the other one, the tail. Right, Oxlade-Chamberlain. He's
okay.
another one. Now, listen, I'm not having the change might do him well, but I think he's done that. And his other mate at Arsenal has been very good.
Walcott.
Walcott. He's another one who's had a very good career at looking busy. Without you look at his stats, they're abysmal.
That's not true. Walcott
No,
scores a lot of goals.
they're abysmal.
Scores
They're
a lot of
abysmal.
goals.
He's played in the
Right.
Premier League for 10 years.
Bear in mind, right? Okay, we're going to have tons of Arsenal fans watching this.
Well, maybe that's my...
Correct, Ped, on
No,
on
he's
Walcott's stats. If I'm wrong, by all means.
His stats might be amazing, but I know...
Well, you've just said the stats are amazing.
No, my eyes tell me that he's a player that just runs round a little bit and scores now and again in the League Cup and now and again
Now
in the
listen,
Premier League.
I am playing devil's advocate because I know when you've mentioned stats, because there's a right and wrong to stats, and in that instance you're wrong, but you're right in the eyeball testing.
Yeah.
No one would sign Theo Walcott as the missing piece of the team. is the point.
But that's what I'm saying.
I could see, and of course it really does. But the Leroy Sané thing for me is that he has shades of. I'll say Cristiano Ronaldo, and I don't think I'm not sure we'll ever have two players as good as Messi and Ronaldo ever again in football. No. But
we might.
In terms of, he reminds me of Ronaldo because I think he's got a similar build again. Because just how tall he is, to be tall and fast. You know, look at some players we'll come on to. Let's use Rashford as an example of it. Pace to burn, one of the fastest players in the league, but he's this, and he might fill out as he gets a little bit older, but he's never going to be 6'3", 6'4", and he's never going to be 16 or 14, 15 stone where the player is. You know what I mean? That's the difference in that regard. And if the true, I think, again, Messi's a freak of nature, isn't he? But by and large, I think if you want to be in the forward positions, if you've got the full package in terms of the physique as well, then I think it's easy to go a bit further. You tend to have a bit more, maybe you've got the potential to have more lunge. I don't know, but that I agree. I think the Sané thing's good, and I think you're wrong on that.
For me, Sané just really reminds me of David Silva in in a really weird way. He doesn't have the pace that David Silva has. Sané's got the pace, but David Silva...
Sorry, start that again,
what? I messed that one up, but let me say that again. So he's like David Silva in the way he moves with the ball for me in tight situations.
He's left-footed.
Yeah. But also he can work between the lines and go out wide as well. So I think he's like the best of both worlds.
I get kind of get where you're driving at. I think because people think of David Silva as what he is now, whereas when you think of what he started as kid, okay, it's different because I think you think Silva, you just think this much of a man. But no, he was faster in his youth and he played from the left a lot more. And he's become more of a central player as he's gone on. But yeah, I think it's terrific. But let's talk about Rashford as another one. I think now Sané's 21. I think he's got. In fact, just quickly look back on it. He scored 9 goals in his last 2 seasons. Obviously, that includes his last season for Schalke in Germany as well. And he's already got 5 so far this campaign, which is obviously represents a big step up. Pardon me, 21 years old. Now Rashford's got a few more years on him, but I think he's another one that I'm not sure this is going to be his breakout season, truly breakout season, because maybe he needs another season or two. But it's not outside the realms of possibility.
I mean, to think about it in a roundabout way, he's going to outperform a lot of the creative players in the Premier League with the kind of striking power that Man City have. But I think he's probably he probably needs another season to bed in. Man City have only just got used to Pep Guardiola's kind of style of playing tactics. So, and he's also got a lot of competition in front of him, like Raheem Sterling and that. So I think he needs to bed his place in the team really before we can have a breakout season.
Absolutely, but more moving it on to Rashford. Then, what do we think? Do you think this could be a similar type?
Definitely, because I think the manager appreciates him more than Martial. I think he believes in him a little bit more. He's got a little bit. He's a clever player. I think Rashford, more than just his pace. He's got something about him as well. Yeah. And you talked about his physique before. I think he looks quite slight, but I imagine he's not. I imagine he's a very strong player who will only get stronger as his career develops as he becomes a better footballer.
I'm pretty sure I could choke slam him. I don't think I could choke slam him.
I don't know about that.
I think the thing with thing with younger players is
I mean, in a wrestling sense, he'd have to help me by jumping a little bit. But that's,
well, he'd have to sell it.
Undertaker couldn't fucking choke slam. Yeah, exactly.
He'd have to sell it.
He'd have to sell.
You know, I don't know if he's got that in his locker.
Well, that's going to limit his career, isn't it?
Well, of course. If he can't simulate, then don't, innit?
Sorry, James.
Okay,
No, it's all right. I was going to say about Rashford, the thing that kind of stands out to me is his personality. He seems like one of those kind of players that, like, he's not going to take no for an answer. He's going to carry on with his game and improving his game and wait for his opportunity, if that's on the left, if that's on the right, if that's down the centre. For me, personally, I think he needs that number 9 role, that central striker, but it's just not going to happen.
No, but you're right though about personality. He's a young lad. He should be he probably appreciates everything he's got. Yeah. Plays for his team, plays for his country.
Yeah, but there's appreciating it and there's like not taking it for granted.
No, what I mean is, yeah, but you're right but what I mean is that people actually get into Rashford's position and start throwing the toys at the pram, like I should be doing this and I should be doing that. No, and he just seems very, very thankful of everything he's got.
It's funny. It's much too soon. I think we're still a few seasons away from, like, Ben Woodburn's been talked about a lot for Liverpool. Obviously scored on his debut for Wales, scored on his debut for Liverpool last season, youngest ever goal scorer at the club. Now he's only just 17, but like the way he's being talked about, you hear rumours from the academy and is that he is the model professional. And I was chatting to his mum and dad while I was over in Germany on the tour, and they just seem very level-headed people, very very. You're right. I think of like a Jermaine Pennant as an example of this. Moves from Notts County for £1 million. I think it's Notts County. Moves to Arsenal. He's the first £1 million teenager, and then doesn't really work out at Arsenal. He ends up at Birmingham. We buy him from Birmingham, and he has a good season for us, but he was thought of after the fact as being one of these guys who gets to Liverpool and saw it as signs the contract, there we go, I've made it, rather than getting those opportunities and going, right, where do I go next? And I don't mean moving clubs necessarily, I just mean what do I have to do to be the best in the world at my position. I think you're right. I think Rashford does look like he's got that. It wouldn't shock me to see him be amazing, have a genuinely incredible career. Whereas, you see a lot of these kids who just do that.
For me, in the last 10, 15 years, there's only been one British player who's actually had that mindset, and that's Gareth Bale. And that's where he is to now. You look at we've talked so much about men's bodies in this. But if you look at Bale when he was at Tottenham, even in his last season, and then his second season at Real Madrid, and how much physically he changed. Maybe they have really good doctors in Spain, I don't know, but physically he looked twice the size, and that was purely down to the fact that he knew he needed strength and power to become one of the best in the world. And I know he's dipped in the last year because of injuries, but for a good year there, he's won 2 European Cups, leagues, everything. And this was a player that nearly went to Nottingham Forest as a left back. So you've got to have that mindset. You're right, of when you get that chance, that's not the be all and end all. It's what and that's where Ronaldo gets slagged off. Yeah. But ultimately, that's what pushed him to being the second best player in the world.
What about Tom Davies?
Tom Davies is absolutely
because I think he's tremendous. Now, but the problem is that I just think I'm not sure Koeman's using them right, and I'm not sure.
But that's going to be the death of Koeman, though. It will be. Ultimately, it will be. If we've seen on Saturday that Koeman was basically ad off by players that he doesn't want to play, and it was hilarious. So it was hilarious.
Well, we're going to talk about.
I'm not going to go into that. But Tom Davies could be anything he wants. I had a chat with Tom Davies in the summer. Just met him in Liverpool. Not just bumped into him. Wanted a picture with him, and I ended up having a conversation with him for 5 minutes or so. Such a lovely, dead, grounded lad who just wants to play football. I was watching him actually before the game on Saturday. He was warming up with another one of our younger players, John Joe Kenny. Both Scousers, obviously mates, and they were just playing together like they were on the park. Loving it though. Even though they were both subs, there was no, do you know what I mean? Some players they might be down or something, but both of them were. He's come back into our team the last couple of weeks and looked the best player. Looked the best player last week at Old Trafford. Come on as sub on Saturday, helped change the game, and he can be anything he wants. And hopefully there's a crop of those players now all over the Premier League who actually appreciate what they're getting. Because I think what we need players who, number one, love playing football, but number two, I've come into this new generation where they're brought up with iPhones and Twitter and everything that's out there, but use it in the right way,
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like,
Yeah.
like can go and just have a chat with normal people,
Yeah.
and it's not like, because what we've seen in the last 5 years to the detriment of football is everyone in football, young or old, being a robot because they're terrified of what they want to say.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big part of being a big player, is actually having a relationship with the fans, where the fans, I don't know, there's got to be something between you, hasn't it? But if you're a robot, there'll never be that. And someone like Jermaine Pennant, who was just, like you just said, I'm not just having a go at him, he was like of a generation where all these footballers where they were terrified of saying anything, but then did stupid things.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it hurt their football career.
Yeah.
And I think we're
Tom
getting...
Davies doesn't strike me as the kind of lad who'd leave a supercar in a car park in Zaragoza, like, you know what I mean?
Exactly. And I think... And also, they've probably, a lot of these young
Probably
lads...
because he's never been an oldie outside of the Northwest.
Well, actually, no, that's not right. He went to Australia in the summer backpacking.
he has got long hair, I
There you
forget.
go. That's what kind of man he is.
Yeah.
But I think maybe now we're getting a generation of footballers who are so appreciative of getting the chance, because young players are not seen as getting a chance in the Premier League. It's all foreigners, and they're all taking it. And that fans love that. Fans want that, I think.
I think also it's important that every club has someone they can look up to. Like, for example, with Villa, all of our youth products are coming through.
Jack
and,
Grealish.
and they're looking at Gabby Bonlahor as like they're like, you know, shining like their role model.
Their dad,
which
quite
is,
literally.
Yeah, which is tragic in a sense. Then you guys, Liverpool, for example, Steven Gerrard, who's working his way up through the ranks of the youth academy, and Jamie Carragher as well. And it's just complete contrast.
Yeah.
Complete contrast.
Just a couple then who this probably should be their breakout season, but it's not. You mentioned Jack Grealish, it's not a bad show. But I think Ross Barkley, you know, for whatever
What's
reason,
he breaking out of?
Well, exactly. But this is the point. Is that at his age, because he's like 22, he's 24.
I think he is,
Jesus wept.
Yeah.
You know, he should have.
He's a bit younger than that.
I think he is. He should have. This should be, you know, this age, this time in his career, this should be the season where he's fulfilling the potential. He's probably still got a year or two, but I see Alex Iwobi at Arsenal, and I think when he burst onto the scene, apologies Arsenal fans, obviously I don't know in depth, but last season or the season before. A lot of expectation. You know, I saw him the other week. He started at, you know, Oxlade-Chamberlain's come to us and he started wing back. And you're like, I wonder if he got a sly little text there going, I'd enjoy that, mate. And he should be. I'd like to see him getting more game times in his preferred position to see if he can accomplish that, because there's some really talented footballers out there, but you need a perfect storm, I think, of opportunity and work rate.
You just need a chance. Kid I like is Chilwell at Leicester.
Yeah,
And I think
he was excellent in the midweek against them.
Yeah, he's a tremendous player, and not without saying he's a player we should have tried to buy, and Leicester fans were like, well, why would he go to you? But he would, because he's Leicester. The fucking knobheads.
I just say, and maybe there's examples of really nice Leicester fans watching this, and I apologise. I don't like tarring everyone with the same brush. I fucking hate Leicester fans. I mean, it doesn't help that I was in the away end.
Yeah, we've seen
and
it.
I was next to them when we were getting beat, which is just the worst. Like,
Terrible,
but
it's absolutely terrible fans. No, but Chilwell's a fantastic player, and he really should be, moving through to be England's next left back or future left back or whatever. He's and again, he's not necessarily in a flashy position where he's, but a left backs can change the game now. And he reminds me so much of Baines. Everything, looks and everything, and if he can play anywhere near as good as him.
You mean he's 5 foot tall and he looks like a beetle?
He can play guitar. And he's mates with all really cool people.
Amazing. Okay, cool. Well, we'll wrap that up there. If you've got suggestions of players you think are going to be the breakout stars of this season, do let us know, and let us know some reasoning why as well. Or obviously any players we've mentioned who think are not going to make it, why you think it's not going to work out for them, the likes of Alex Iwobi or whatever. We've got more to come this week. We're going to be discussing whether we write players off too soon. A bit of the flip side of this to some extent. Obviously, we've seen Oumar Niasse have a devastating impact in recent weeks, having been completely written off by Toffee TV.
He was?
And Ask the Club is live as well. So yeah, if you're watching this after the fact, go back and watch us reacting to your comments live. Subscribe to Ball Street there. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Make it a reality by clicking subscribe if you're not done so already. Watch more content. Drop a like. Subscribe to Toffee TV. Find James at James MR Clark on Twitter, and then subscribe to Mates TV as well. And we'll see you soon. Cheers.